Do not listen to this recording while driving a vehicle or operating machinery. Only listen when and where it is safe to relax deeply. Welcome. The purpose of this guided meditation for resolving grief over the loss of a loved one is to help individuals resolve their bereavement in a way that will enable them to move forward with a renewed peacefulness and serenity. And this can be accomplished either while sitting down with your spine straight, if you feel like applying yourself more robustly, perhaps using cushions to support your knees, hips, and general back area, or lying down if you feel like relaxing more passively. Either way is fine. And once you are comfortably situated, you can gently close your eyes if you have not already done so. And as you do, take note of your breath, because it may be that you are using both your nose and your mouth together for breathing in and breathing out. Or maybe you are using only one or the other. And either way is perfectly all right. As you settle in and follow your own unique, individual, naturally relaxing breathing rhythm. Because you will be the captain of your ship throughout this entire voyage. And you'll be able to disembark anytime you feel like doing so. So now you can prepare to relax deeply. By bringing your thoughts to your crown, your scalp, the very top of your head and body, for that matter. Perhaps detecting, somewhat surprisingly or remarkably, some tightness in this area. As you slowly and gradually begin quieting the mind. While embarking on a journey within. Transposing now to the temples, around the eyes, as well as the forehead, where very strong, ever-present tension and stress may also very well reside. Letting it all go. Letting it all melt away. Slowly. Little by little. Gently releasing pressure, anxiety, worry, loosening, dislodging, tightness, tension, stress. As you continue steadily breathing in and breathing out. Knowing that if ever you naturally feel like taking the occasional deeper breath in order to replenish the air in your lungs, then your body will simply do so, because after all, you're only following your instincts while doing what comes automatically. By just absorbing air in and letting air out. Taking in what you need, releasing what you no longer need. Perhaps discovering along the way, as these moments continue to unfold, more reflective aspects of yourself. Greater discernments, deeper thoughts, not taking in more than you can handle, just taking in the precisely correct amount allotted to you today. Not forcing anything, just following the flow. The proper natural course, which is right for you at this time in your life. Focusing more specifically now on that pulsating center between the brows, above the bridge of the nose. Looking within, freeing up new inner dimensions and sensitivities. Perhaps liberating new understandings and insights. Expanding the mind to new potentials, possibilities, going deeper. Where profound repair, regeneration, restoration will occur. All of this while continuing to feel safe, secure, protected. Relaxing the cheeks now while slackening the jaw. As we make our way down to the throat. And determine that this is a time to take a courageous inventory of the speech, the everyday spoken word, because on occasion, hurtful, harmful things might have been said. Sometimes unintentionally, simply brought about as a result of feeling defensive, unsafe, or insecure. Conversely, one little positively encouraging message, well placed, well timed, can mean so much and make such a world of difference. So acknowledging the throat and the voice for the powerful instruments they are, and forgiving others as we forgive ourselves for things that might have been said or left unsaid. We resolve, going forward, to speak with greater harmony, temperance, and we let our communication be yea and nay wherever possible. and to resonate more from the heart. Thereby cultivating, encouraging love, compassion within. While outwardly conveying goodwill, kindness to others. Selflessly transmitting hope, encouragement whenever we can. Thereby engendering a stabilizing waterfall of overall uplifting acceptance. A caring yet balanced forbearance. An attentive yet detached and non-judgmental disposition. Taming uneasiness. Soothing the nerves. In the stomach. At the solar plexus. Enhancing moderation, equilibrium, composure. With a greater sense of longer-term peace, tranquility. As we initiate an outright return to the authentic self. Where we get ever closer to experiencing the soul's true nature. While becoming more in tune with our internal benevolence. Touching intuition, recognizing, understanding that we truly have within us the intrinsic quality of being everything we were always meant to be. Of unshackling ourselves from whatever past behaviors, entrenched habits, old thought patterns that admittedly might have served us or been relied upon in the past along our journey. But today no longer genuinely serve us anymore. And this may become further evident the closer down we move into the essence of our being. From the point of our creative conception to the point where we merge into this physical world, firmly grounded, we choose to develop, expand, and manifest our inherent power by applying practical, realizable self-direction and control. As we exercise our all-knowing wisdom and free will, thereby evolving into our own rightful, sacred excellence and purity, one singular, decisive act at a time. For instance, when we suffer the loss of a loved one, the feelings of sorrow, sadness, and emptiness can run deep. And while maintaining your composure here, what if we were to reminisce just for a moment on everything that was undeniably lost with the loss of this loved one? Simple things such as the happy moments and fun times that were shared together, their laughter, encouragement, and other endearing qualities. Perhaps also the way you felt supported and encouraged in their presence and companionship. And on some level, possibly you also mourn the loss of the future plans that you had made together that are now seemingly gone. We can see that when we weigh all of the losses, our sense of grief can indeed run deep and perhaps even be quite overwhelming at times. But what if, for just a moment, we were to discern that despite the losses, we do not regret having known this person having had them in our lives, for how long that might have been. Nor do we regret the times we spent together, and all things considered, is it possible that just maybe we would never give back those experiences? In fact, when we really delve into it, could it be that in our heart of hearts, we might find that beyond the undeniable current sense of loss, we nevertheless essentially cherish and value those good times, as well as the love and affection that was shared. Moreover, we might even possibly conclude that we are now a better person for having had them in our lives because of the various experiences that were imparted. And therefore, even though, admittedly, in a perfect world, we might have written a different ending, we can perhaps nevertheless gratefully recognize that deep down we would never give back those precious moments. Would we? To further illustrate this point, perhaps you can recall a different person, an individual other than the one for whom you are currently grieving, who likewise was also once very important to you in your life, very cherished and valued in their own respective way, and who, for whatever reason, is likewise no longer in your life. But somehow you're okay with that. Somehow you've internally resolved their absence in your life. This could be a grandparent, a parent, a sibling, a friend, or any other individual. In fact, when you now think of this special person, it might even be with fond, pleasant, positive memories. And looking back, you might be glad that you got to know them. Perhaps even grateful that they were, at one time, a part of your life. And when you now recall this special person who was once important to you, but whose passing or absence you're now okay with, you might, as you reminisce, create in your mind's eye a visual of this special person located in front of you, in order to more vividly picture and recall their presence in your life. And during this recollection, you might notice that your created visual might seem quite close, and in some respects, feel very near and very dear to you. Almost lifelike. Almost as if they are, in a way, still here in depth and clarity within your internal field of vision. Like you could virtually reach out and still touch their supportive, illuminating presence. Perhaps this now evokes some of those fond, joyful, fun times you both experienced together. Almost as if you can forever retain them in your heart as a soothing, infinite, eternal commemoration within. A recognition that, in a way, they'll forever be with you in one form or another. And so, getting back now to the current matter at hand and the person for whom you are currently grieving. Would it be all right for you to likewise also be able to resolve your remembrance of this current individual in a somewhat similarly positive manner? Because if that's the case, then you can clear your mind now of that prior visual of that person whose absence you've already resolved. Clear your mind now of that prior visual, perhaps by flickering your eyes and shaking things out if it helps. Because now you can bring to mind an image of the person for whom you are currently grieving. Bring to mind an image of the person for whom you are currently grieving. And immediately send this image in a slingshot-like effect way out there in front of you into the out-of-sight distance. In a slingshot-like effect, immediately send this image way out there out of sight in front of you. So that now you can only see a barely discernible, flickering, small speck of light way out there. And now, in a boomerang-like effect, immediately snap this image back to you swiftly and dynamically into the exact same locked-in location where your prior fond, pleasant, positive visual was previously situated. Immediately snap this image back to you, swiftly and dynamically. And notice that this new visual of this currently grieved for person can also perhaps generate some of their own respective fond, pleasant, positive memories. That can likewise also feel gratifyingly familiar and be lovingly commemorated. For instance, perhaps you can notice that this person's new rendering is also very dear and very near to you. And feels, in some respects, still virtually present in your life. Like you could almost reach out and touch their depth and clarity as well. And perhaps in this way, you can recognize their eternal existence and internally carry a certain illumination within you. And maybe this evokes an unequivocal sense of reunification of sorts. A cognition of some of the momentous occasions you shared, as well as, perhaps, some of the challenges you might have experienced, including perhaps some trials and tribulations that many of us face at one time or another in our respective lives. Because, after all, sometimes life is not always easy. But if we follow our inner voice and remain true to ourselves, perhaps this can enable us to more clearly discern in mind, body, and spirit reflections of each other's full, infinite spectrum of emotions and vitality. As we continue to learn, grow, and evolve. With a subtle sense that we all remain forever connected. And perhaps you can now even almost hear or feel them agreeing and offering their encouraging support. Which might be telling you on some level that they are happy and pleased to observe and find that you are proactively, affirmatively taking positive, forward-looking steps. Because you might now understand even more than ever before that this is what is truly desired. Perhaps now you can realize even more than ever before that this is what is wished for you, which is to strive to be happy, peaceful, serene, and live now. And with these new insights and resolutions, perhaps you can imagine a beautiful, large, glowing, pulsating basket, sparkling the full spectrum of rainbow colors, situated next to this person's visual, who always remains within your touch and feel. And imagine molding within the palms of your hands beautifully colored, glowing, baseball-sized pearls, and placing them one by one into this basket, while attributing to each pearl a positive characteristic or quality that you valued in this person. And notice that as you place each one of them within this vibrant basket, they marvelously and infinitely multiply until very soon the glowing basket is overflowing with an abundance of all of these beautiful qualities. And so you decide to take it under your wing. And as soon as you do, a yellow brick road emerges in front of you. And as you make your way onto this extending, forward-looking, yet unpredictable path, you notice that the rainbow-colored pearls are spilling out over the brim of your overflowing, glowing basket. And as they roll forward, they heartily spring up and blossom into beautiful rainbow-colored street lamps, which internally carry a certain illumination as you further explore the path ahead. And even though no one ever really knows with certainty what the future holds, you insightfully, willfully resolve to gratefully carry with you all of your heartfelt memories, experiences, even as you look forward to discovering the unknown road ahead. And so, you can be pleased now, because you have cleared for yourself a new path which leads to a greater understanding, a greater awareness, and you will find in time that the more of these positive steps you take, the more enabled and graciously empowered you will increasingly become. And as we close this session, you'll be able to carry with you, going forward, an evolving sense of progressing well-being, while being armed with the knowledge that you can always replenish your source, perhaps by redoing this or any other such exercises, either as a reinforcement or as a refresher, as you continue moving towards the fulfillment of your ultimately enlightened destiny. Thank you. Goodbye.